Welcome to Putting on Smiles, known as the world's greatest gourmet pudding,
where we serve our lovely cups of joy.
every time. Putting on Smiles is the gourmet treat that's made with nothing but love. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, from the moment I've tried it the first time, I was just totally caught off guard and in love with it, like I'm in love with her. It was a hidden treat that we had no idea it would have that type of effect on everyone else, but it absolutely is the world's greatest.
And we're here to share that love with you.
We have several flavors that individuals like. In particular, bananas pudding is a traditional flavor. It's the gourmet vanilla bean with a triple cookie blend, and that's pretty much our staple flavor. We have growing bananas, which is the rum caramelized banana inside of a banana pudding with a triple cookie blend. Cookie de creme, which is vanilla bean with the Oreo cookie crumbles.
Our Velvet Dream.
Velvet Dreams is a crowd pleaser.
I know one was our Midnight Love. We were told it was our PMS pudding for all the ladies out there. And Mrs. Berry, that's a strawberry field, running through a strawberry field flavor. But all the flavors you take home, you'll love.
Each flavor unpacks its own reaction. When an individual who tried our product thinks it couldn't get any better and they try the next flavor, it's like, wow, okay, I think that's my new favorite. So I guess your favorite flavor would be the last one you just tasted. Putting on Smiles created out of love altogether. In 2010, I lost my mom and a true pudding connoisseur, and it was a fun memory because he always made pudding since the age of 6. I always had my own pan of pudding, and for the first time after my mom had passed, I was really missing her pudding. And I was sharing it with my wife that I missed it, and she offered to make it, and she had never made it before. I was reluctant to try. She went in the kitchen 4 or 5 hours, came out with something on the spoon, and asked me to try it, and the reaction I had when I first tasted it immediately made me feel like I was a kid again. Connected me with my mom, and it was reminiscent, and it was wonderful, wonderful feeling. And she added it to her online bakery that she had, which was called Maji's Bakery, and it was wonderful. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone would request it at an event, be the first thing to leave, and we had that going up until 2013, and then life happened. Literally, we had a daughter. She was a micro preemie, and to put that in context, she was 11 ounces, between 23 to 25 weeks old. She had about a 12% chance of survival, and she was premature due to my wife situation.
I had preeclampsia, well, early onset preeclampsia. With this being my first child, we early on they figured something was wrong, and we went to specialists like weekly, and they found out I had early onset preeclampsia. My blood pressure shot up, put me on bed rest to at least get her to a point past the 23, 24 week mark. So if they did have to take her, she would have some chance of survival. And then I found out I had lupus anticoagulant, which is my blood was too thick to pass nutrients to her in the womb. And that was another thing that kept me in the hospital. And then when they finally took her past that 23 to 25 week mark, like you said, she was 11 ounces, and just looking at her, she literally fit in the palm of our hands, and looking at her saying, is she gonna make it? Is she gonna survive, you know?
Yeah, hearing the doctor say 12%, and you're trying to process all this information at once, the desperate feeling overtakes you. You know, you're overwhelmed with all the levels of emotion, concern, reflection, desperate, you know, to do something, helplessness. And the first thing came to mind was that we have to do something. We didn't know what that was going to be. Kendra moved into the hospital with our daughter. She was in there about a full year. And of course, she shut down the bakery that was in Maji's Bakery. And 6 months through that process, she contemplated not opening back up the bakery, giving the what was going to be needed to care for her, provided she was able to overcome all obstacles and hurdles of her being born early. And when she said that, it hit me. I said, let's just do the pudding. And of course, why came up is like everyone loved it. No one else is doing it. And it was the perfect opportunity to use that as a catalyst to create an opportunity for our daughter, because that's what we felt like we needed. We didn't want to sit around and wait to see how the world received our daughter, because the doctor said if she were to survive, that her quality of life may not be normal. I mean, hearing it as a parent, that's kind of like the worst information you wanted to hear. And we just felt like we have to do something to offset that, and creating an opportunity was the best thing to do. And so given the fact that if something would have happened to me, something would have happened to her, or both, you know, at least we can be secure that we created something for her. And so she had to provide for herself, and she would be able to. And so we started in August 14. I left corporate America. I was a senior leadership for National Auto Manufacturing. Our daughter got released in October 2014. Things were looking good because she had overcame a lot of obstacles early on, but there was still more to overcome.
She had to have full-time nursing, so it was definitely all new to us, and trying to figure out how to make it work. I mean, what are we going to do to actually help her have that best chance at life, because she definitely had a fighting spirit.
Yes.
Everything the doctors told her not to do in the hospital, she did. She consistently called, did code 0 and called everybody to her bedside. That was just her training. Her nickname on the floor was Little Diva. So that was just her training. She definitely brought that spirit home with her. You know, definitely has CEO qualities. She's a fighter to the end.
Yes, so. and we drew a lot of strength. And when she got released, of course, that started a whole new chapter, because of course there was more optimism, more hope, but came with that, as we're now entrepreneurs, full-time entrepreneurs, first-time entrepreneurs, it was scary because, you know, given all the care needs of therapy, the full-time nursing, the, you know, living expenses, we found ourselves homeless for about 8-9 months. You know, living in and out of hotels, sleeping, you know, in vacant rooms of colleagues' homes when their kids was off at school or visiting grandma, and trying to make a business work. And it was, you know, a lot of concern. And we that situation helped us galvanize as a family. We stayed together, we continued to communicate, be on the same page. We pulled a lot of strength from our situation and what we were dealing with, and looking at our daughter overcome her circumstance, and said we can do it. And we continue to tread the waters of uncertainty and unknown, and light appeared at the end of the tunnel. We found ourselves at a local farmers market, the Dallas Farmers Market, and from there it just kind of went viral. We was able to connect with individuals, and what happened 8 years ago when I first tasted the product, it totally transported me back to when my mom was here, and sharing that memory was the same reaction that, you know, customers shared across, you know, the counter. And it's truly love, and it was created from love and out of love. And so it's from us to you. It's that feeling, and that's why it's the world's greatest. And that's who we are, and that's why we do it.
Definitely the pun of all puns. You know, we smile through it all, and putting on smiles gives us the opportunity to put a smile on other families' faces.
Yes. Ordering from Putting On Smiles is very easy. All you have to do is log on to puddingonsmiles.com, browse a variety of flavors, choose any and how many you want, and check out. Don't worry, we ship nationwide. By the way, while you're there, go ahead and join our monthly Smiler Club, where you get the inside track on all new exotic flavors, and you get a chance to try the flavor of the month.
You can also follow us at Putting On Smiles on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. Thank you for visiting Putting On Smiles. And keep smiling.